Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Nagamonster today. Today, I'm going to be teaching you basically how to know Tomeless Dsage. This video is kind of for perma-freshies who just got their Dsage, but also for people who are like, dude, there's no way you can kill Ultras with no Tomeless Dsage. Well, I'm here to basically prove that you're wrong. Now, when it comes down to, of course, Dsage with Tomeless is like infinitely times better because there's a lot of ways to, like, if you like hit a Gyarados on somebody and then like, dude, that opens up so many possibilities. But I'm going to be teaching you the basics. So for starters, your biggest threat is going to be like really fast classes that you can't hit and people who just hold block, right? Like realistically speaking, if somebody just holds block and you can't get like a hit on them, it's going to be really hard to combo them. Even if you try and like lightning drop them, they can easily mana shield that lightning drop and combo you. So what you're really going to be trying to do most of the time is just trying to get an M1 off, either with or without monastic stance. So let's talk about no monastic stance first. Really what you're trying to do is you're just trying to kind of bait out either their dash, maybe their demon flip if they're an Oni, anything that they use to like increase their movement, and then when they come to a sudden stop, that's where you want to try and dash into them and like hit an M1. So usually what I'll try and do is like they're dashing, and as soon as their dash ends, like I dash into their M1 and I start M1ing them. Usually what I like to do is M1, 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 like 4 M1s, and then I like to use lightning elbow at the end because they're still stunned, right? That usually like maxes out your damage, and if they're like not an Oni or like a class that can like get away from it, a lightning drop at the end, and then maybe try and do an M2, but I'll tell you why in a bit why M2 is kind of risky. So with monastic stance, the thing about monastic stance people need to realize is that like since you can ragdoll, like hit people when they're ragdoll, you can keep ragdolling them. So it's kind of like an infant, like a corner Ignis in a way. If you get them in a corner and they're a vampire, like just hit like 5 M1s, and I guarantee you any class will be like half their health will be gone because that fire damage plus monastic stance M1s. Your M1s do more damage than the monastic stance. So you're going to be doing a ton of damage because you can just keep hitting them in the corner. You kind of need to time your M1s though, because if you like spam M1s, you're going to miss because you're pushing them back into the corner, right? You got to like time it in a way. So that's basically what I kind of used at the end when I was fighting VIP Jack. Not really. He was just kind of missing his Rising Dragons a lot, so I was able to easily hit him, get him in M1 combos. But let's just talk about why you shouldn't be really M2ing as much. So the thing about M2ing is that usually you'll try and hit it when they're like getting up, right? And that's what a lot of people tend to do. But realistically, unless you like have, like most people, what they'll do is they'll use M2 and they'll snap Yelly at the same exact time. So that even if they're perfect block, like you can't like punish them for that, right? But if you don't have that option, you're probably going to be punished unless you move stack the M2 and lightning up at the same time, to where even if you get perfect block, you can like escape the punish, or you can even punish them if they like unblock after the M2. So again, there's like a lot of potential there. It's really just trying to keep them in the combo basically as much as possible. Now, really a deadly combo that I like to use, and it's kind of hard to pull off, but if you can use monastic stance M1, what you want to keep doing is you want to knock them, obviously. Like if you hit them with lightning elbow, you knock them, and then you keep M1ing them, and you don't have to be in a corner for this. You keep M1ing and dashing at the same time, right? So usually this will like knock them, it'll keep knocking them back like in a chain, right? It's really hard to pull off, but it can be really detrimental to somebody if you're able to pull it off, because not only will they have no mana, but you'll be knocking them back pretty far. So if you knock them off a cliff, that's extra damage right there. You can lightning drop after that. There's really just a lot of like endless possibilities when it comes to combos, and you can add on more with your race, like Navrin. Obviously you can have like demon flip. There's somebody in my house, his name's Ari. Shout out to him, by the way, but he has like this crazy combo where like he goes in with M1s, like 4 M1s, demon flips M2, and then he does more like lightning M1s, and it keeps him like in an infinite combo basically, and he ends it off with lightning elbow. That takes like half my health as a sigil. So really there's like a lot of possibilities if you mix and match. Dinakuri, like that's extra damage. Fishrin, if you want those like extra fish dodges, like a lot of the good races work on this. And yeah, that's basically it. Like especially Riggin as well. Riggin is also really useful because being able to quickly charge up your mana and get that lightning drop off is really satisfying. Obviously if you can get Spider Cloak, get Spider Cloak. But if you have a Spider Cloak, you're probably gonna have Tomeless. So yeah, hopefully this is just a guide to show that like no Tomeless Dsage, while it does suck trying to fight some classes, it's not completely useless as some people think. And I've killed multiple people with it. So yeah guys, that's really all for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys later. Peace.